Welcome to another presentation at the East Trade Winds, hosted by Franzgrote and Wayne Pratt. The presentation today is titled Embark on a Digital Odyssey. Our guest is Beck Fazzolari from BeckFaz. Beck is a website strategy consultant who works with established businesses to help them to define, plan, and understand their business and user needs before they embark on a website redevelopment project. Beck has been managing large-scale website projects for over 15 years, both in-house and for agencies across Canada, Australia, and the UK.
I am Beck Fazzolari. I'm a website strategy consultant. I have been managing website redevelopments for over 15 years on both in-house and agency side teams. I do my best work bringing these two perspectives together and demystifying the website planning and development process. Today, I want to chat to you about something that is really crucial to the success of your website projects, and that is finding the right web agency to work with. If you've hired one before, or if you've never hired one before, or if it's been a while, the process can feel a bit overwhelming. You might have time constraints, budget pressures, leadership challenges, or maybe you just don't really know where to start. So today, I'll walk you through how you can prepare as a potential client and what to look for in a great agency to set that relationship up for success. So I always like to start with a bit of a mindset shift. This isn't like ordering takeout. A web agency isn't just there to take your order. The really good ones, they will be your collaborator, your trusted advisor, your strategic partner. A great agency doesn't just ask things like, what do you want on your homepage? They'll ask things like, what are you trying to accomplish? What will really move the needle for your business? And they will respond with solutions tailored to your needs. So let's talk about what you need to bring to the table to lay the groundwork for that kind of partnership. Here's a quick checklist of some things that you need to have in order before you even start to approach an agency. First of all, your business goals. Obviously, you need to be crystal clear on what you need your website to be able to do for you. Is it reducing the number of phone calls by moving your bookings online? Are you trying to drive a newsletter or event signups? Perhaps you want to show off your amazing team. Ideally, make job applications easier. These goals, they don't need to be complex. They don't need to be technical. They can include metrics if that is something that you have built into your strategy. But the most important thing about them is that they are really clear. Next up, you have your customer profile or your audience. You need to understand who your audience is and what the new website needs to do for them. Even if you believe you serve everyone, you have a very broad customer base, it's really important to spend some time breaking that down. Imagine that you're a local grocery store. The regular shopper wants to see your weekly flyer. The occasional shopper wants directions and hours. A busy parent wants healthy lunchbox ideas. An online customer wants to know what your delivery time slots are. So when you understand and break down your audience segments, your agency can then help you prioritize and identify the features that really matter. Next up, we have your brand. If your logo, colors, tone of voice, messaging, fonts aren't finalized, you need to take a pause on thinking about your website and work those things out first. A website expresses your brand, it doesn't create it. So you really need to, thanks Wayne, you really need to have those things sorted out before you embark on a website project. Next up, you have your content. So the copy, images, videos, or audio. I know we have a lot of podcast people in the room. You will need to provide these. The agency that you work with to create your website as part of a standard website engagement, they will not create these things for you. You need to bring them, whether that's something that you create yourself or you engage a copywriter, photographer, podcast expert. You need to be able to bring that package of content and assets to the website. Next up, we have your budget and timeline. Here, I really want to encourage you to be honest and upfront about these two things. Sharing a ballpark budget really helps agencies propose realistic solutions, and it avoids wasting everyone's time. If you can provide a budget range, you can ask for what they can provide at the low, medium, and high end. And remember that you're not just assessing agencies on cost, you're also assessing them on the value. What are they giving you for that cost? In terms of your timeline, you want to be realistic because you are part of that process. Are you coming up to a peak time in your business? Are you going to be swamped? Work with your agency to build these things into your timelines, and consider delegating to someone on your team if you have people you can rely on. The other thing that I like to point out here is to avoid arbitrary deadlines. The end of the fiscal year is an important financial deadline. It doesn't need to come into play in terms of when you launch your website. If you need to be making payments within a certain timeframe, that is something you can negotiate with the agency, but it doesn't need to impact the timing of the completion and launch of your website. And finally, we have the ongoing maintenance and management of your website. Like Sheila mentioned, what happens after your website launches? Who will be maintaining the site? Will your team be updating the content? Or do you need an agency who can support you on an ongoing basis? These are really good things to think about upfront. You'll notice here that I haven't mentioned anything about technology. And that is because unless you have some specific operational requirements for a specific technology, starting with non-technical requirements will help guide you to the right technology solution. I challenge you to step away from the technology at this early stage and use these business and user requirements as a point to assess the technology solutions that prospective agencies will propose to you, because it may provide you with options that you haven't considered before or that you wouldn't otherwise consider. So now that you have a clear picture of your needs, you can start to look at potential agencies. And it's important to remember that not all agencies are built the same. Some are great for large enterprises, some work well with startups and nonprofits, while others help small businesses and entrepreneurs thrive. So here are some things to look at when you're doing that initial assessment. First off is their portfolio. You want to be able to see yourself in the portfolio that they can have on their website. Does it contain clients that are of a type and scale similar to your own? If you are a community organization and an agency's portfolio is all luxury fashion e-commerce, then that's potentially not the best fit for you. Take a look at their team format, get a sense of who you would be working with. Are they a solo freelancer, a small studio, a full service agency? Each format has their pros and cons. Freelancers are quite flexible, but they may lack backup. Large agencies often have a lot of resources, but you need to remember that you'll be one of many clients. So think about how you like to work and what kind of format will work for you. Next up, while you've taken a look at their website, you also want to take a look at their social media and think about how you feel about what they post and the persona that they put out into the public, because remember that they will want to showcase the fact that you are their client. So you want to feel comfortable that this is a business or a person that you are pleased to be associated with in the public realm. Which brings us to the next point around values alignment, ensuring that your vendor is values aligned. While some may claim things like inclusion or sustainability, they might be listed as a B Corp. Do they actually deliver on these ideals through the types of clients they choose to work with and the causes that they align themselves with? Next up, we have logistics. Location might matter to you. Do you want to shop local? Do you want to buy Canadian? Do you need someone who operates in your time zone? I know we have Garrett here at 5 a.m. So some things to keep in mind as you're making assessments of potential vendors. Finally, we have recommendations and referrals. Of course, these are super valuable, but the reason that I've put this at the end is because I want to encourage you not to skip over the due diligence steps once you do receive the recommendation or referral. Just remember that a great fit for someone else might not be a great fit for you, so go through the process of assessing them as you would with any other option. So ideally, you have a short list of agencies that you want to talk to. So when you reach out, you do want to pay close attention to how they engage with you. A great agency will ask thoughtful questions. And these are questions that you'll be ready to answer. What are your website goals? And who is your target audience? Their ideas should be tailored to your context. You don't want to be receiving back just a generic sales pitch that's pushing you to sign up as soon as possible. Some red flags to look out for when you're having these conversations. Statements like, we can build you anything, without having a good understanding of what you need. we'll just start and we'll figure it out later as we go along. That's a recipe for rework and confusion. We've done tons of other projects like yours. Again, you're setting yourself up for a whole lot of assumptions and risks. So you really want to, things that you really want to understand while you're having these conversations, asking questions like, what's your process? Talk me through it from kickoff to launch. What do you need from me and when do you need it? How do you handle things like revisions and changes? How do you communicate? Will we be emailing? Will we have calls? What do you have a project management platform that I'll be able to access and monitor the process? So if it's a solo operator doing the design, development, project management, that's all fine, but talk to them about their capacity. If it's a bigger team, make sure you have the opportunity to meet the person who will actually lead your project. This phase is all about building trust and understanding their rhythm. You're not just assessing their skills or their history, their technology, you're really testing out that working relationship. To wrap up, some key takeaways, what you're looking for is really a collaborative partner who is aligned with you. You want to be clear on your goals, your brand, your audience, your capacity and budget. You want to be thinking in the long term. How do you build a website that is sustainable and is going to grow with your business? You really want to get into the details and expect solutions that are tailored. And finally, you want to get everything in writing and make it official. The right agency isn't just building your website. They are a partner in building a tool that will support your business into the future. So spend the time preparing and gathering the information about your prospective agency and to provide them with it. And this will pave the way for a long-term collaborative partnership that delivers a successful and sustainable web presence for your business. So thanks a lot for your time today, folks. I know there are a lot of things to think about when approaching a website project. My focus is really on guiding businesses through that process. So if you have any questions or want to chat, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All my contact details can be found at the link below, the linktree/BeckFaz.
Unlock the full potential of networking with East Trade Winds. Are you eager to connect with our esteemed guest speaker and delve deeper into the ever-expanding universe of connections? Simply scan the QR code now and embark on a journey of endless opportunities. Join us at East Trade Winds, where we gather online via Zoom every Tuesday from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, you're welcome to connect with us. Seize the moment, register for free, and start exploring today. Fancy sharing your insights as a guest speaker? We're looking for you. Reach out to Wayne Pratt to ignite your speaking journey. Email him at wayne@motivateyou.ca or connect with Wayne on LinkedIn. Don't wait. Take action and be a part of a global community that's shaping the future of business networking.